Welcome back, children. So today we will start the second chapter in biology, that is tissue. Now first of all, you should know what is a tissue. In the last chapter you did that, you studied about cell, you studied about cell theory. Cell theory was proposed by Matthias Schleden and Theodor Schwann. And then we have done various types of cells, including the function of cell organelles, etc. etc. Now I said that cells accumulate to form tissue. So how can you define tissue? You will say that a number of cells having a common structure and which work together for a common function is called as a tissue. Now question is, you know that both plants and animals are living. Now the tissues that are present in plants and animals, are they same? The answer is no. In plants, most of the tissues are made up of cells which are dead cells. And since dead cells can provide a lot of mechanical support which a plant requires, so plant tissues are made up of cells which are dead, and they do not require much maintenance. And dead cells can perform the function of providing mechanical support. Whereas in case of animals, it is not so. The tissues in animals are living and they are more complex. Now, another difference is in plants, since plants are sedentary, they stay at a place, they grow at one place. In case of animals, it is not. Animals are always moving in search of food, in search of shelter, for mating, right? So for this reason, in plants, growth is found in some special regions, whereas in animals, growth is found in each and every tissue. Moreover, even the most complex tissue which a plant has, it is different from that of animals in the way that animal tissues are far more complex than even the most complex tissue in plants. So, the tissue which is found in plants is different from tissue which is found in animals. First, we will go through the tissues which are present in plants. In plants, the tissues has been divided into two categories. One is made of cells which are always dividing in nature, which helps in growth. Another, this is called as meristematic tissue, whereas the other tissue is called as permanent tissue. Permanent tissue is not doing the function of cell division, neither for growth of different parts of plants. So broadly, plant tissues are divided into two types. One is called meristematic tissue and another is called as permanent tissue. So meristematic tissues are made up of cells which are round or oval or polygonal or rectangular in shape. They have practically no intercellular space. Vacuole is absent almost because it is filled with cell sap, and the cells are always dividing in nature. Now, on the basis of position, meristematic tissue is of three types. First is apical meristem. Second is lateral meristem. And third is intercalary meristem. Now, apical meristem is present at the apical parts of the plant. For example, the tip of the stem, the tip of the root, and as the cells divide, the plant grows in height as well as the roots become longer and longer under the ground. So the main function of apical meristem is to increase in length, whether it is of the stem or it is of the roots. Next is lateral meristem. Lateral meristem is present at the sides of the longitudinal axis of the plant. That means what? Longitudinal axis means the stem. So the cells divide in lateral meristem and it gives rise to vascular bundle every year, and hence new vascular bundles are formed each and every year in the form of rings. And as it grows, it increases in thickness, means the stem increases in thickness, or you can say the girth of the plant or tree increases because of lateral meristem. And third is intercalary meristem. Intercalary meristem is present basically at the nodes, that is at the internodes, between the nodes, at the base of leaves, that is the petiole, and between at the internode, that is between two nodes. So these three different types of meristematic tissue, that is apical meristem, lateral meristem and intercalary meristem, is found in plants, and this division into three categories is based on position. As I said, apical meristem is present at the apical parts of the plant, that is at the tip of stem or the tip of root, lateral meristem on the sides, and intercalary meristem at the internode. Clear? Now all these cells, as they mature, these cells of meristematic tissue gets transformed into permanent tissue. Clear? So remember, the cells of meristematic tissue later becomes the cells of permanent tissue. So regarding permanent tissue, we will do in the next class. Thank you.